Greetings, everybody. So my name is Daniel Patterson, and I'm a student teaching candidate in the Masters in Special Education program at Grand Canyon University. So I was asked the question, how has my teaching philosophy developed and grown throughout this student teaching experience? First thing I need to say is my student teaching experience has been unique this school year because I got to use my own classroom as well as we have been remote in a virtual learning environment for the entire school year. So it's been quite different for me, although I have adjusted very well and I got my students to adjust very well as well. So I had the privilege of using my own classroom. And one thing I can say is that my teaching philosophy has developed and grown throughout this experience. I know we go to professional developments and we implement great curriculums and lesson plans and co-plan, and we go above and beyond for our students. But this year has been quite different. I reflected a lot on my teaching more and more. All right. I want to contemplate on, how to make myself better. So every lesson plan that I try to implement, I try to make it fun, engaging, and rigorous. So even for my diverse learners. So in my past years, in regards to my diverse learners, I think I made too many accommodations and modifications to where it made them like have that learn helplessness feeling, or I continue that learn helplessness experience that they have learned. But this year, I have really pushed my students to go above and beyond, and I'm proud of the accomplishments that they achieved this school year. And getting I teach seniors, so they have really showed a lot of growth. So during the school year, in a virtual space, right, I can really say that and actually speak the statements that all students can. So I was asked the question, how can technology be used to create better learning opportunities for our students? All right, so technology, simply put, makes learning fun. In my opinion, technology has really made learning accessible to all students, especially in a virtual environment, right? So in my classroom, technology introduced lots of great tools to help students learn more efficiently. All right, so online tools give students more flexible learning experiences. So some students might use YouTube videos, tutorials to better understand the concept. Others might complete an online activity or a game that provides some instant feedback so they know if they are on the right track. And a lot of our students need that, especially our diverse learners, right? They need that instant gratification. So students who understand the material right away, right, they can find the more difficult problems or activities to supplement their knowledge, right? So I do share with my students a lot of websites that can help them enhance their learning, especially my students that score high and like finish assignments early. All right. So while those who need to practice more can use different activities that provides more repetition. So in other words, technology offer a variety of ways. A typical classroom lecture cannot. So that's why I love technology a lot, and I try to use it as much as possible in my classrooms. So technology also motivates my students to learn. So they look forward to having time on their devices in my classroom to explore and learn different things through websites, whether it be videos, apps, and games, right? So I use a lot of games in my classroom. One game I use a lot in my classroom is Code Combat. When we get to coding their websites and stuff, I teach them how to code in HTML from scratch. And coding, like doing it through games, make it easy because it's a lot of repetitive steps and it can be tedious. And the game helps bring in those concepts as well as make it fun for students and also challenge students in a way as well. So students can learn and have fun at the same time. All right, so which helps them stay engaged in the material that I provide in front of them. So when properly implemented, technology is the best tool to make authentic learning experiences and learn. So when asked the question, how will you implement the Christian worldview, values of compassion, promoting human flourishing, and behaving legally and ethical in your future classroom? All right, so first thing I need to say is I teach to inspire my students. My day-to-day interactions with them reach their hearts, their minds. All right, so my Christian worldviews, they run parallel to the viewpoints of like being a model citizen, a productive citizen to society. All right, so we want to call it service in society. So even if we call it Christian worldviews, it all runs parallel. So no matter, like, I know we can't like really speak up on the Bible in school, but the Bible, in fact, right, it has impacted the way we look at society, right? It's in terms of how society looks at life, human relationships, history, economics, decision making, the family, the government, and our concepts of like basic human rights. All right, so it covers other topics across all curriculums. So to be academically legitimate, um, even though we can use the Bible, I can use the knowledge that I learned from the Bible to teach my Christian worldviews of the world, right? So I can use my influence from knowing that, right, to be a way. So it's creative ways that I can implement like my biblical teachings into my lessons without saying without imposing my Christian worldview on my students.